Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. That's Key, where I talk about key advice through my experiences, or I give you tips through my experiences and just things I've learned in life. I am your host, I guess you can say, Kiona, and of course I have another channel down below. I'll link it down below if you guys want to see any other type of content from me. But here we gonna talk, and I just wrapped up my series, my single series, that was my first ever series on this channel. If you guys want to check it out, I will link the playlist down below. It was super awesome. A lot of people loved it. This is a new channel, it's a starting channel, and of course we're going to continue to grow, but I'm thankful for the support thus far. I am jumping into a new series today, so we are going to be talking about, it's not just romantic, and you're probably wondering what that means. It's not just romantic, it is just kind of stating relationship dynamics that don't just pertain to relationships. So here on this specific series, I'm going to talk to you guys about different things that I've learned that aren't just romantic. Like today's topic, as you guys can see by the title, is going to be talking about boundaries. And as we know or may not know, that doesn't just pertain to romantic relationships. So yes, it kind of relates to me being single, because this is something I've learned single, but this is something that I've also learned in my walk with relationships with people, such as parents or sisters and brothers and friends and, bosses and co-workers, whatever, whoever. We always can place boundaries as it pertains to this topic today, with people. So let's go ahead and talk about boundaries, you guys. So I don't know why I'm so excited, but the one thing that really got me onto boundaries, I think, was my, relationship with family members. I'll put it that way. I feel like there were times where I was venting. I would say with friends too. This venting can go either or, but there were times I was venting with a friend or family member, and at times at me venting, it would either be that sounds contradicting, like something like that, or it would be something like, well, you shouldn't do this, that, and the third, because that's not going to help. And in a moment, I feel like when I'm expressing my emotions and I am very emotional, meaning I am probably already crying, I'm probably already upset. I don't mind taking criticism. I don't mind getting advice and help. But at the time of you being heightened in your emotions, I don't think the best time to give input is then. So, I had to start placing boundaries as it pertained to my emotions and me expressing them to certain people. And it's not that I learned, like, with certain people, maybe I can't express certain things, because I feel like when I do, it turns into something that I don't want it to turn into, or they start talking about this and they start talking about that, or they start like trying to down me, and it's like, this ain't the time. So I stay a lot more with God doing that. But I had to tell people, okay, if you can respect where I am emotionally and respect me as a person, you have to learn to pick the time and the place. Like, I just right now need someone to calm me down, bring my emotions down, so I can stop crying and being like having a panic attack, so to speak, or whatever the case was going on. And I really need that from you. I need your support, and I need you to be there for me in that manner now. And if you can't respect that, then I don't feel like I can express myself to you. And I had to hold back on pushing out my emotions. And one thing my dad told me was like, it's not good to bottle your emotions, but I had to do that for so long, or at least talk it out, or journal it out, or write it out, so it wasn't bottled up, before I can find people that I can trust to talk to. Because it was just a struggle at first. I was just like, y'all can't help me, y'all aren't helping me. And of course, there are therapists and certain people that are there for that, but at the time, I didn't have the resources to get to those type of people. So I was really like in my Bible, praying, learning, doing a lot of YouTube research and everything else I could do to just kind of move forward and evolve emotionally and intelligence. But also, boundaries aren't just romantic, because there are times where like friends are coming to us, or people are coming to us for certain things, or they're saying certain things to us, and it's like, you can't say that, or you can't do that, or like there are times where um, friends may just come to me, and I've had this happen in the past because they don't happen no more. But they would just come to me mainly just to emotionally dump on me, and I wouldn't want to be that person even when I had the very few people that I had to talk to every so often about my emotions. I wasn't the type to emotionally dump. I talked about my emotions very rarely, but there were times where there were certain people that would come to me, and all they would do was just, I'm sad, and I have this, sad, and the third going on. Hey, now I have this, sad, and the third going on. Hey, now this is going on. And it was just like constant, like back to back. And I'm like, hey, I love you, and I'm here to support you, and I will always be here to support you. But you're gonna have to talk to me about things other than your problems, because that's weighing in on me, and I had to place boundaries there with friends. Also, it's great to place physical boundaries, like, hey, I know we're just meeting, or I know we've known each other for a while, but still, you cannot touch me that way. Like, you can't hug me too closely. You can't, say certain things as far as like flirting. Like, you have to respect me in that manner. Like, I don't want you saying just because we've been cool for X amount of time, you can't just do that. And you may be comfortable with me, you may do this, but I don't do that, and I don't want you doing it around me. That's a boundary. So learning how to place boundaries in my relationships was really, great, because I was learning how to say, hey, this is how we can improve our relationship to where I have a great relationship with you, and I feel like you can give this to me and I can give that to you, and then we don't go outside of that, and boom, this is our relationship, and it's great, and vice versa. And then we can build a healthier relationship, and maybe try to break down those walls even further as we build our relationship, because we have placed healthy boundaries to allow us to get to a point where we can open up a little bit more and have a more open relationship with one another. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, boundaries are one of the best things I've learned. Like, even meeting someone new, it's just like, hey, this is who I am, just up front. I know that you may have these expectations, but I'm going to place these boundaries here with you, just so that you know, like, and understand, like, if we are going to be in each other's lives and you're going to get to know me, or I'm going to get to know you, like, this is where we're starting off. And again, like I said, boundaries are there so that you guys can build a healthy relationship. I think they're also there to protect you and the other person in building that relationship, and just individually, because there are things that I probably wouldn't let anyone do, of course. Like, there's always boundaries that we have in place that no one can do. Like, no one, absolutely no one. But we also have boundaries in place that maybe some people can do, but you can't. Maybe some people can do, but you can. Or some people can't do, but you can. Like, you never know what boundaries you may be placing with one another that can really help your relationship. And maybe some people make you feel more uncomfortable than not. Maybe some people make you feel more comfortable than not. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, boundaries. Boundaries is our first topic, because that's something you don't need to set in your life. If you don't have boundaries with one person or all people, I think I have boundaries in place for everybody, of course. There's always going to be a boundary set that's stopping them from doing something that's going to either harm me in some way, emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever the case is. But I think everyone should have boundaries in place for every single relationship dynamic. And again, as you build relationships with people, you're able to open up those boundaries and break down those boundaries a little bit more, so that you guys can have a little bit more of an open relationship. So it's not just romantic. We're here to talk about it, because a lot of people, they just be thinking relationship, and they thinking romantic relationship. They ain't thinking about their mama relationship. They ain't thinking about their daddy relationship, their relationships with their siblings or their friends. They don't care about building those and making those healthier. It's just like, they think about romantic. What can I do to improve it? But low key, high key, when you start to set boundaries and do these not just romantic tips, you are going to learn how to do romantic relationships better. Because in learning how to set these boundaries for example, because this is our first topic, and learning how to set these boundaries with my friends and my family and everyone else around me, I've learned how to set boundaries a lot better in romantic relationships, which have improved how I do relationships when it comes to meeting new people, and how I avoid putting myself in situations that I don't need to be in when it comes to meeting new people, so I don't have to waste their time or my time. So make sure that you guys stay tuned on this topic, this new series, because we got some great topics coming up. As always, make sure that you guys will like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.